Welcome to Summarize, where every great book is transformed into powerful, clear, and easy-to-digest audio summaries. Save time, learn faster, and upgrade your mind one book at a time. This is Summarize, Wisdom Made Simple. Mindset, The New Psychology of Success book by Dweck. Introduction to Mindsets. In Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Dweck presents a groundbreaking theory about how our beliefs about our abilities shape the course of our lives. At the heart of her research is the distinction between two fundamental mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Mindset refers to the beliefs we have about ourselves, particularly about our intelligence, talents, and capabilities. Dweck's work reveals that these beliefs don't just influence how we perceive our abilities, but also how we approach challenges, setbacks, and the process of personal growth. She argues that these mindsets significantly impact our achievements, relationships, and overall sense of fulfillment. The book delves into how the growth mindset fosters a love for learning, resilience, and the ability to bounce back from failure, while the fixed mindset can limit potential by creating a fear of failure, a desire for validation, and a belief that intelligence or ability is something you're simply born with. The fixed mindset, a limiting belief. At the core of the fixed mindset is the belief that talent and intelligence are static. People with a fixed mindset believe they are born with a certain amount of intelligence or talent, and that no matter how hard they try, they can't improve significantly in these areas. This belief can be limiting because it leads individuals to avoid challenges, limit their potential, and feel threatened by others' success. In a fixed mindset, failure is not seen as an opportunity to grow, but as a reflection of one's lack of ability. This can lead to a fear of failure, which, in turn, often causes people to give up prematurely, avoid risks, and avoid challenging situations that could expose their flaws. For those with a fixed mindset, success is about proving that they are intelligent or talented, and failure is something to avoid at all costs. The growth mindset, a pathway to personal growth. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that intelligence and abilities can be developed with effort, perseverance, and learning. They view challenges as opportunities to grow and believe that the process of learning and improvement is more important than simply demonstrating innate talent. Individuals with this mindset see failure as an opportunity to learn rather than as a sign of incompetence. In the growth mindset, effort is valued because it's through persistent effort that people improve and develop their abilities. Instead of avoiding difficulty, individuals with a growth mindset actively seek challenges. They understand that talent is only part of the equation. The most important factor in achieving success is effort. For example, athletes with a growth mindset understand that practice and continuous learning are what lead to improvement, not simply natural talent. A tennis player, for instance, who faces challenges with their backhand shot will approach it not with frustration, but with determination to improve. They may seek out training, practice techniques, and stay persistent even when they don't immediately see results. Mindsets in the context of education. Dweck's research has profound implications for education. Students with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges because they believe that failure means they are not capable of succeeding. These students may shy away from difficult subjects or tasks because they are afraid that doing poorly will expose their limitations. Instead of striving for excellence, they often focus on protecting their self-esteem by sticking to what they already know and are comfortable with. On the other hand, students with a growth mindset are more likely to embrace difficult tasks because they understand that effort leads to improvement. These students view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, and they are more likely to persist through difficult material, even when it's hard. They're less concerned with proving their intelligence and more focused on developing their abilities. This attitude leads to increased effort, perseverance, and ultimately, better results. The role of effort versus ability. One of the most striking differences between the fixed and growth mindsets is the view of effort. For those with a fixed mindset, effort feels like a sign of weakness. If they have to try hard at something, it suggests that they don't have the natural ability or talent necessary for success. As a result, they may shy away from putting in the necessary effort, fearing that it will expose their lack of inherent talent. For people with a growth mindset, however, effort is a key to success. These individuals understand that effort is essential for learning and that challenges are an opportunity to grow. They see challenges not as threats to their abilities, but as the vehicle for improvement. The more effort they put in, the more they are able to improve and develop their talents. For instance, a student with a growth mindset, after failing a math test, would view the failure as a chance to learn. They would study the areas they struggled with, ask for help, and approach the problem again with determination. This mindset leads to continuous improvement and, ultimately, greater achievement. The impact of praise, how we shape mindsets. One of the key findings in Dweck's research is the profound impact of praise on shaping our mindset. In particular, praising children or students for their innate abilities can reinforce the fixed mindset. When children are praised for being smart or talented, they begin to believe that intelligence is a fixed trait, something they either have or don't have. This can lead to the belief that if something doesn't come easily, they are simply not good at it and may stop trying. Dweck's studies found that praising effort, rather than innate ability, is a far more effective strategy in fostering a growth mindset. When children are praised for their hard work, perseverance, and effort, they understand that they have the power to improve and succeed through practice. This type of praise encourages a focus on learning and development, rather than on proving talent. For example, instead of saying, "You're so smart," a teacher might say, "I'm really impressed with how hard you worked on this project." This subtle shift helps children see the importance of effort in achieving success and encourages them to keep learning and pushing through challenges. The power of feedback, encouraging growth. In addition to praise, feedback plays a crucial role in shaping our mindsets. People with a fixed mindset may avoid feedback or become defensive when they receive it because they see it as a judgment of their abilities. They may fear that negative feedback will confirm that they are not capable. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset welcome feedback. They understand that feedback is an essential tool for growth and improvement. They are not afraid to make mistakes because they see mistakes as opportunities to learn. Growth-minded individuals are more likely to seek out constructive feedback because they recognize it as a means of gaining insight into their weaknesses and developing new strategies for improvement. For example, an employee with a growth mindset might ask for feedback after a presentation to understand what they could improve. They might focus on areas such as their delivery, organization, or ability to connect with the audience, and then work on those areas to improve in future presentations. Mindset in sports, learning from setbacks. Dweck's research on athletes demonstrates how mindset affects performance. Athletes with a fixed mindset believe that their ability to perform is determined by their inherent talent. When they encounter a setback or failure, they see it as a reflection of their inability. They may give up or avoid facing similar challenges in the future. In contrast, athletes with a growth mindset believe that performance can improve with effort. They embrace setbacks and use them as motivation to improve. These athletes understand that talent is only the starting point, and that continuous improvement comes from learning, practicing, and pushing through difficult challenges. Take the example of a runner who is trying to beat their personal best time. A fixed mindset might lead them to believe that if they don't beat their time, it means they'll never be fast enough. A growth mindset, however, would allow them to view the setback as an opportunity to improve their training, technique, or endurance. Mindset in business and leadership. In the business world, mindset has a profound effect on leadership and organizational success. Leaders with a fixed mindset tend to believe that they have all the answers and that their natural abilities are what brought them to their position. As a result, they may avoid taking risks, resist feedback, and hesitate to make changes because they fear being exposed as inadequate. Conversely, leaders with a growth mindset understand that leadership is a constant journey of learning and improvement. They embrace challenges, welcome feedback, and foster a culture of learning within their organization. They are willing to admit when they don't have all the answers and are open to collaboration, feedback, and new ideas. This kind of leadership inspires innovation, resilience, and long-term success. Changing your mindset, the path to personal growth. The good news is that mindsets are not fixed. While they are shaped by early experiences and messages we receive from society, teachers, parents, and peers, they are ultimately within our control. Dweck encourages us to take active steps to develop a growth mindset and shift away from a fixed view of our abilities. One of the key ways to change your mindset is to focus on the process of learning rather than the outcome. By setting learning goals rather than performance goals, you can focus on improvement and progress rather than just proving yourself. Embrace challenges, take risks, and view failures as learning opportunities, not as indications of your limitations. Conclusion: embracing the power of growth. Ultimately, Carol Dweck's mindset teaches us that our mindset shapes our reality. Those with a growth mindset are more likely to achieve greater success because they embrace challenges, learn from failure, and persist in the face of adversity. They understand that growth and improvement are not only possible, but essential to achieving long-term success. A growth mindset empowers us to reach our fullest potential. It allows us to view obstacles not as insurmountable challenges, but as opportunities for learning and development. Whether in school, sports, business, or relationships, adopting a growth mindset can transform the way we approach life and unlock the doors to personal and professional fulfillment. You've just listened to Summarize. If you enjoyed this summary, support the channel by liking and subscribing. It helps the knowledge reach more people. Until next time, keep learning.